Hello, and welcome to another episode of Hi, I'm Jason, with Jason Pollock. I am not Jason. Join Jason and Justin back in the green room as they talk with some of their favorite folks from the entertainment industry. And now, the man you haven't been waiting for, Jason Pollock!
Hi, Justin. Welcome back.
Hey, Jason. How are you, buddy?
Great. You've been missed by everybody who watches this show and me and all our guests. Even the ones who didn't know you said there's got to be somebody else. So I'm really glad you're back. Marc Morales did fill in, and he did an excellent job.
Oh, and thank you to Marc Morales from Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling.
And we're back on the Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling channel on Twitch, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Hello to our friends over on Twitch at Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling. We are also streaming simultaneously right now to Facebook Live, as well as the YouTube Live.
The YouTube and the Facebook that the kids use?
I'll tell you, we are hip. I don't know about that, but we're something. But it's good to be back, man. It's good to be streaming again. I feel almost human. And I've been out going to stores and interacting with people. I feel more comfortable now that I'm back on a screen.
Yeah, but, it's been the opposite. Since you've been gone, I've been seeing you in person. You moved to my town, which is amazing.
Yeah, we're neighbors.
We're neighbors. Now it's better seeing you back in this little box. I feel safer. Not you, because you're so big compared to me. You're not so foreboding this way. I could crush you.
It's true. So I have to ask Jason, because I don't actually know, how tall are you in real life, IRL?
I'm 5'6", but remember, what's lacked in height is made up for in other parts of the body.
That's true. His hands are freakishly large. It's like watching a man walk around with two rakes. It's peculiar. And I'm 6 feet tall, so that's me and Jason.
That's it? I thought you were bigger than that.
No. Again, what I make up, what I'm missing in height, I'm make up for in width. I'm just a rotund man. What can I say?
You've got an opera body.
That's true. I am a barrel, as they say. And hello to these folks that are tuning in already. Love to both of you. Hello. Thanks for tuning in.
Moonlight is gorgeous. Look at that blue hair.
I know. I do love a gal with blue hair. It's But before we get started, Jason, can I, since I'm back, can I do the housekeeping that I normally do ahead of a show?
Do it, then we'll bring out our guests.
I am so excited to talk to Marc. He's someone who has had a journey, and he's now on the precipice of a journey from a journey, and it's really, really cool stuff. A thespian now taking stuff to the screen. So we'll get to that in a second, though. So be sure to stick around to as we chat with our brand new friend Marc Morales. But let's get down to the nitty gritty. And and Moonlights, you are very welcome. Welcome to the show. And let's, in fact, speaking of the show, let me tell you guys how to get in touch with us, how to stay in the loop with all of us. And by with us, I mean Jason and I, the Hi, I'm Jason podcast. You can, of course, if you are watching on Twitch, be sure to hit that follow button. If you hit the subscribe button, that'd be even lovelier. So please be sure to share that love over on the Twitch side of things. Follow Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling, which we're streaming to right now, but also be sure to head on over to Jason. What's our new handle on Twitch?
Hi. Oh God, I should know this because it's my Hi, I'm Jason P.
Hi, I'm Jason P. Yes, okay.
Thank
so that's
Tom Battis for that disaster of a name. HIIM Jason P. Yes, he changed it for me.
Hi,
and didn't do me any favor.
I'm Jason.
No apostrophe.
No punctuation, no space, no underscore. No.
Just
Hi, I'm Jason P. for podcast. Yeah. Okay, so if you're over on Twitch, because I haven't changed that yet, I see that I still have HIJ podcast. So I need to alter that. So, but on the Twitch side of things, go over to twitch.tv/Hi, I'm Jason P. Also, you can pop on over if you want to see some of our finished past episodes. Go over to youtube.com/user/superjpo711, or you can just go into that search bar and type in "Hi, I'm Jason," and you will find all of our episodes. I won't say all of them. Some have been lost to the interwebs in the process. Either I have forgotten to download them, or Tom Bannis, our other wonderful, amazing producer on the Drinks, Jokes, and Storytelling channel. Again, things sometimes get lost in the shuffle of things, and so there's a couple of episodes that are just lost in the ether, but I would say maybe a solid 80% of them that we have done since this past summer are up there on YouTube. So be sure to enjoy those. And also, if you want to know about all of the stuff that Jason and I are doing, because we've been collaborating on some live shows as well, make sure you go to facebook.com/Jason and Justin, and that way you will find out about all those things. If you would like to make sure that Jason and I can continue to do the amazing and fun and wonderful things that we get to do on our show, feel free, again, to subscribe on Twitch to our channel. Again, a subscription is like a Patreon or a patronage, where, again, that little donation that you do monthly goes to helping us better the show. It helps make sure that Jason's Wi-Fi stays on. And again, these little improvements that Jason has made, his audio program. In fact, he has the exact same audio interface that I have now, and so that again, we have consistent sound in our shows. Again, those improvements are because of you, and so thank you so much. And if you're not on the Twitch side of things, feel free to visit our digital tip jar over at Venmo. All you have to do is search @Jason-Pollock-2. And again, we are glad for any gifts from you. And that is all I have, Jason. I think it is time.
Justin, that was like, you haven't done that in a month, and you had that nailed. I'm impressed. That was really good.
It's like a bicycle, baby. What can I say? It's like a bicycle.
Yeah, when you ride a bike, it's like riding a...
Bike.
Yeah.
I want to ride my bicycle.
Wow, you should front a Queen tribute band. That was fantastic.
That's right. I do, by the way.
And you'll be playing at the Milton Theater in Delaware this weekend.
That's true. If you're down in Milton, Delaware, in southern Delaware, it's about 2 hours from where Jason and I are in South Jersey. But come on down. We are doing 2 shows as part of Milton, Delaware's Pride Festival. They've put on some amazing events throughout the whole month of June. I know 33 1/3 Live's Killer Queen Experience will be there this weekend. Next weekend, actually, a friend of ours is going to be down there peddling her wares, and that is Miss Julia Scotti from America's Got Talent. She's going to be down there doing her show. An amazing comedian, and we're just excited to be a part of, again, this beautiful celebration of Pride Month. And again, I mean, when I think of Pride, how do you not think of that strutting peacock, Freddie Mercury? So very glad to be down there with my 11-piece, my very subtle 11-piece band as we recreate the studio recordings live on stage for all of you folks. So head on down to Milton, Delaware. But anyway, enough about me, because Jason, and we'll plug our show that we're doing.
Yeah, we have
a guest that we need to talk to, because we were chatting a little bit backstage before the show, and he's a lot of fun, and we're here to talk about something that he was starting, but it turns out, there's a lot going on with Marc and his journey. So bring him out, Jason.
You know what, Justin? I'm gonna miss your show on Saturday. I want you to introduce him as Freddie Mercury, if you're willing to do that.
Let me see. What do I have this set up? I'm hoping that I have this set up. Let's see. Can you hear that?
I hear it.
Is it loud enough?
It's perfect.
Okay, good. Welcome, Marc Morales! Yeah! There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Marc Morales!
Oh my God, that was the best intro ever. Ever. only thing would have been
Wow.
better if Freddie Mercury himself came back from the grave and did it. He would have been all decomposed and
Oh, that would have
I
been
would have been
beautiful.
freaked out. You would have got a lot of fan mail with that. It's like, oh, where did Freddie go? Like, I don't know.
Oh my God! Think millions of views, millions. You resurrected, and your dog. You made the dog howl.
That's good.
I have that effect on dogs. That's for sure.
I'm so sorry. It's their howl. They want to watch Beverly Hills Chihuahua. They get very excited.
So I have to ask, what kind of dogs do you have, Mark?
We have Chihuahuas.
Oh,
two
Chihuahua.
Chihuahuas. Yes, we do. We have a long hair and a short hair. But the long hair looks like, I guess the long hair looks like Pomeranian. But you can't call him a Pomeranian in front of my girlfriend because she gets very upset. She's like, it's not a Pomeranian! It's a long-haired Chihuahua!
We
I
gotta
don't
keep it
understand what's
PC.
people! So she gets very upset about things. Then we have a cat, too.
How did they get along with the cat?
They get along. The cat's good. You know, the cat knows not to mess with the one that's barking right now. That's the female. He stays clear of her. But, they're all good.
In my head, I was actually thinking to myself, I better let you go put on Beverly Hills Chihuahua so they'll calm down.
I know, right? Guys, I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
We're gonna let you. We're gonna let you go to take care of that, Mark,
Hold
and
on,
we'll
I'm so
we'll
sorry,
banter.
guys.
No, it's
All right.
fine. Well, you have two cats, right? Right, Jason?
I do. One of them loves to get in the way and get involved with whatever I do. She feels I'm looking right now, but she's not here.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, but she did right as I was logging on. I heard boom, 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 boom up the stairs, and Big Gidget is coming up the stairs meowing like, "What the hell? You're downstairs watching a movie, and now I don't understand what's going on." You know her. She needs to be with the people
Absolutely.
where the wild things are. That's what she.
She is a love bug. I'll tell you. She was all
is.
cuddling up with me the other day.
Well, she knows. I told her you were divorced.
Oh, okay, that's it. She's. Jesus.
Sorry. Ladies, he's available. Chihuahuas, you have 3.
3 Chihuahuas. Okay, so I had a Chihuahua, and he was, oh God, he was an interesting guy. He had an interesting life. Little Roo. He was he was a 10-year-old rescue. He's still alive. I just he's with my ex-wife, which, by the way, we have a wonderful relationship. Don't worry, folks. I'm okay.
It was a mutual thing.
It was, but yes, that was a group of crows, also known as a murder. Anyway, but yeah, no, so Stephanie has the Chihuahua, but he's a little love bug. He's a 10-year-old rescue, and he was left in his crate for the entirety of his life, which is like terrible to hear. That this first off, he's a Chihuahua, 7 pounds, soaking wet, this guy, and they left him in a crate for the entirety of his life. It's like,
I hate that. I mean, I understand crate training, but that's a bit much. They need to run around. They need their attention. They need to be part of the family.
And Chihuahuas, they can be extremely affectionate, and they can be very, I don't want to use the word clingy, but that's the one that's coming to mind. Or they
can also be little assholes.
And so Rue, he can be, especially because when we got him, we let him just out and about, and that's it. We kind of let him be like a free range Chihuahua, and just he had run of the place, and he had all this puppy power from 10 years of not being able to use it. So he'd run around, but then at this, on a dime, he could switch into the get off my fucking lawn. Like he was just the curmudgeon, and that's just how he would be. So he'd be like,
because he was crated all the time. Now Moonlight said hers are crate trained, but their crates have no doors. See, that's the way to do it.
Especially eventually. Well, they also know then where their safe place is. So but Chihuahuas, again, they can have such a range of personalities. Just like Chihuahuas can look cute, and then they can also look incredibly deformed. So we're going to bring Mark back out. We have to ask him whether or not he has cute or deformed Chihuahuas. So,
he's got one that looks like a Pomeranian.
Yeah, that's right. He has one that looks like a Pomeranian. So Are they cute, or do they have a weird look to them? You know what I'm talking
They're
about, Mark.
deformed. One of them has 2 heads. The other one has 6 legs. It's okay,
Mark
though.
is
You learn to
Christian, I
love
love
them. You learn to love them. At first, it was like, what the hell? It's like, all right, I'll learn to love you if you don't eat me. No, they're cute. I have cute dogs. And I'm not saying that because I'm afraid of my girlfriend, but no, we do. We have really cute dogs. We have dogs you take to the dog park and people go, oh, and you're like, oh, yeah, thank you. We have those dogs. They get the, oh, they don't get the, oh, ours are cute. They're not gorgeous. They're cute. Yeah. I know what my dogs are. I'm not going to sit there and blow smoke up their butts. They're good. They're good. I'm happy with them.
So they're happy that you've been home have you been home for the whole year?
Oh my God, yeah.
So the dogs have been thrilled with
So
it.
they've been super happy about it, to the fact where you just walk outside for a second, like, where are you going? Come on. You don't go anymore. You stay here with us now. It's like, I got to go outside and pick up the UPS package. Give me a minute. But yeah, that's the point. Yeah, you walk outside, you come in like, whoa, where have you been? It's like, I was just outside for a second. Come on. Yeah. So my girlfriend and I are ready to break up, but the dogs are just, no, this is great. We love it when you're home. And yeah, but no, that's it.
So the dogs are the glue for the relationship.
The dogs are the
Hard to
glue.
find.
That is it. Right now, we stay together for the dogs. Yeah.
That's touching.
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe you, but
No. All right, it's for the cat. We stay together for the cat.
there you go.
That's it.
So Mark, no, go ahead, Jason, because you're the host of the show.
I was probably going to ask the same thing.
Probably, so go ahead.
Go for it. You have a better speaking voice.
Why, thank you very much. But no, so my question, Mark, was that now your start in kind of this industry, now you started out as an actor, yes, on stage?
Yeah, I started. Yeah, that was really loud in here. Yeah. Well, actually, I was a singing waiter in New York. I worked with a lot of other singing talented people, waiters and everything. And
was that a themed restaurant, or
oh
were
yeah,
you just
no, it was a themed restaurant. No, we just walked around singing whatever we wanted. It's like, yeah, you got steak, wonderful. Yeah, let's riff on it. Steak, mushrooms. Yeah. No, then we got all thrown out. No, yeah, it was a theme place. We would sing, and then theater space back in the 90s, I guess. You can go downtown theater in New York and you can get very cheap space. So I had done some improv with another company called, I think their name now is the Nat Turner Review, but back then it was Los Banditos Chocolate, and I had done some work with them. So I knew, I'm like, oh, we can get really cheap theater space. So I started writing these little skits, and I took the people that I was working with, and I got some space, and I started putting them into some skits, and we formed like this little company. And then from there, we kind of became a little bit bigger than that. And then we got backing from Horse Trade Theater Group, which is on East 4th Street. They're still there. And we became a resident company with them. So basically, we worked in trade. So we would get theater space, and in return, we would help build sets, and we would take care of the theater and things like that. And that's where I had to write my first play, which was Galaxy Video. So really, yeah, I acted, but it was more, I guess, the writing and directing is, I guess, that before acting, before anything. So that's
the
what I was
best
doing
way to
first.
do it, is to create your own and just make connections that way. It's so smart.
Well, yeah, because then you get lazy. You don't want to go to auditions. That just wasn't my thing, to be honest. And it's like, I had friends like, oh, I got 6 auditions today. What are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. I got backstage. I'm looking through it. Yeah, I see some auditions that I can go to. That's a lot of work throughout the day. I don't know if I want to do that. So I just sat there and I was like, well, I'll write it myself, and then I'll put it on myself, and let's see where it goes from there. So far, knock on wood, it's been working so far.
I absolutely agree. As a performer, I remember Jeff Goldblum used to tell a story back when he was playing piano, that I think he lived in the Pittsburgh area, that he would go into the bars in town and just say, hey, a friend told me that you were looking for a piano player. And three things would happen. Either they would say, "We're not looking for a piano player, get out." Or they'd say, "Oh yeah, we're looking for a piano player." Or they'd say, "Huh, we didn't think about that. Yeah, let's hear you play." No one told him that they were looking for a piano. He was just doing a cold call. That was it. He was just going into places and trying to make his own stage. And
That's smart.
that's kind of, especially when you have a vision, you have an idea, and it looks like, you had these ideas to really want to direct plays, to really be the rudder of the ship, and really, help guide things. And you made your way. And you did it in New York City too, which I think is can be a difficult thing to do.
Oh, we had help. I mean, it wasn't just I'm going to do this by myself. I had no idea. I still don't know what I'm doing.
You're
I
just following your journey, though. You're
I-
just going with the flow.
and I surround myself with people who do know what they're doing, and I feel very comfortable with. And even
There's a
back
method to
then-
your madness.
Oh yeah, I know my limitations. I know exactly where they are. So it's like, oh, I know what I can't do, but that person can do it. So let me become friendly with this person, and they know that person, and that's really it. It's all about making just one big chain. And even with theater, it's like I knew I liked to write, and I knew I liked comedy, and I knew what I liked, but I didn't know how to get it across. So I had a girlfriend at the time when we were doing theater who worked for the Larson Foundation, and Jonathan Larson was the guy who wrote Rent.
Yeah.
So she knew how theater kind of worked. She knew the business side of it. So that was a huge help, and that's what really just started right there. Her knowing and me writing, and then just putting it all together, and and then with Horse Trade Theater just making us part of their resident company, we had 3 theaters to work out of anytime we wanted. I could and have an idea at 3 a.m. and go, oh, what's that going to look like on stage? Well, let me just get my clothes on. I'll get on a train. I'll go downtown. Let me go figure out what's going to look like on the stage by looking at it on a stage. So yeah, we were spoiled. I think definitely spoiled back then. And
They
just
saw
lucky,
something in
just
you, though.
lucky.
I'm sure you had the talent, though, because they did see something in you. I mean, they wouldn't have given you the stages.
Yeah, I think I'm glad they saw it. I just think I thought I was crazy. It's like, well, he's going to watch the place. He's not going to burn it down. He'll be there all the time. But yeah, it just becomes an obsession. And it still is. It just, like when I left New York, the guy who ran the theater said, you never wrote a play. He's like, you always wrote screenplays. He's like, and you just put them on stage as a play. He's like, so when you come back, he's like, and you do your first film, he goes, you can do it in my theater. And I was like, all right, thank you. So I'm gonna hold him to that.
I would.
Oh,
And you're working on a movie now. This is your directorial debut?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we live in Texas now, so we run a company called High Five and Ants Productions, LLC. So basically, I had written a screenplay years ago. I guess it's almost like 6 years ago I wrote the screenplay, and it was just sitting around just wanted to see if I could write a screenplay. I was bored, and I knew I could write plays, but I didn't know if I could write a screenplay. So I kind of took all of the elements that I like. I'm like, I like horror movies, I like this, and like that. Let's try to write a screenplay.
You wrote what you want to see.
I wrote what I wanted to see. That was it, and what I thought would be easy to make if I was ever going to make it. So I wrote that. We were living in Jersey at the time. Then we moved to Texas. So my girlfriend came home from work one day, and she works for a real estate company, and she was like, "Oh, Bill, her boss, it's like Bill wants to see that screenplay you wrote." And I'm like, "What?" She was like, "Yeah, he was asking about you, and he knows that you write, and he asked if you wrote a movie, and he read any movies, and I told him about this." So it was really just like that, and I'm like, "Wow, really?" So he came over, we sat down, I put together a reading. Next thing I know, boom. He was like, "How much money you need?" And I'm like, "This guy's nuts." So, we took it from there. So yeah, we started a little company, High Five and Ants Productions, LLC. And this is our first film. We did something called It's Crazy Out There, which is, we tried to put it together for TV. So we shot 3 episodes of that because we were supposed to shoot the movie back in April of last year, but COVID sidetracked us. So I had some downtime, so I ended up writing 3 to 4 episodes of It's Crazy Out There, a TV series, and managed to pull a small team together. And we made 3 episodes of that. Yeah, right there, it's on the screen. And that small production team I pulled together for that, and some of the actors, when we got cleared to do the movie again, I was like, I like you guys, and I trust you guys, and you guys know a whole lot more than I do. So we decided to take the entire team, and that's the team that's doing the movie right now. So yes, to answer your question, it is our first film. Yes, and it's my
Congratulations.
directing, anything like that. Yes.
I can't believe how easy you got funding for that. That's so rare for a first timer.
Yeah, people say it all the time, and like I said, yeah. I'm like, it's just luck. It really is. I'm not gonna say, we deserved it. No, it's luck. We're gonna.
I love how
best.
you started out in New York. You were doing great. You moved to Texas and become even more successful.
Oh, thank you.
You're doing it the opposite way. Like, I'm from Texas. We're moving to New York to make it. You did the polar opposite of what the average person in this field would do.
Yeah, because for me, I'm 50 now. So
You're 50?
I'm 50. Yeah.
I'm not hitting on you. You look like you're 30.
Oh, thank you.
I was gonna say, I thought that you were younger than me. I'm 33.
Oh no, I'm 50. But I've got my
Good for
walker
you.
behind me. No, but yeah, I'm supposed to be eating the Blue Plate Special right now too, but no. So at this point, it's just I'm good with things I've done, I guess. So it's not like, I want to become famous. I'm like, whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen at this point. So I really just wanted to make the movie, and here was this opportunity. So yeah, here was someone's like, how much money you want? And I kind of lowballed him big time. I was like, well, I'll take this much. And now I'm sitting there going, God, I could have asked for this much, and I could have less headaches right now. But
Was he like a big Texan realtor, 10-gallon hat kind of guy? Just
it's
like,
funny.
I want explosions. I want big explosions.
No, Bill's really quiet. If you ever want to do another interview, we can have Bill. Bill does some interviews. Bill's really quiet. Bill takes dance lessons.
Oh.
He does like ballroom dancing. It's pretty awesome. And he flies everywhere to do it. But yes, he is a big Texan real estate guy. But he's just very small. And yeah, he's pretty awesome. He's pretty quiet. He doesn't ask for much. For instance, he won't, like when we first started and we did the first reading, after the first reading we did, we sat down and we had a production meeting. He was like, well, this actor, I like this one, I like that one. But, I'm not crazy about this one. But if you want to fight for them, you can fight for them. But he's good like that. And he doesn't really step into things too many times. Which sometimes I'm like, you need to step in. You need to step in and just tell me. And he's like, okay, well, if that's the case.
Oh, so he's almost like your assistant director as well, almost.
I guess, yeah. He just, like I said, real estate comes first for him. The film is I see it as his hobby. He's like, you do what you need to do. When you need me, come over and you ask me questions. But for now, I'm just going to be over here in the corner. And that's it. So I'm like, okay, you be in the corner. I don't know what I'm doing. But all right, you trust me.
That's great, though, to have someone that does have that trust for you, that has also the ability to help you see out your dream, and your vision, but also to give you the space for you to see out your vision, because sometimes people, as soon as they let you see those purse strings, they're like, okay, but here's what I'm going to do so that you can have that, and you end up having to compromise a lot. But it sounds like he's really letting you explore your canvas,
Absolutely, yeah. There's just a lot of freedom. I asked him the other day, I'm like, want to get involved more? He's like, I will if you really want me to. I'm like, I don't know. All right.
The way you worded that,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, he looked at me and smiled. I'm like, all right, I'll be over here. But just, he lets you know that if you fall, you're not going to fall very far. He's going to be there to catch you. So
How's it coming along? Are you in post-production yet? Are you still filming?
Oh, we start filming in January. We were supposed to start in September. And then we had Well, you asked about Steve before. Steve's our PR guy. Steve's also a manager for certain people. So, and Steve has a habit of, I'm a huge horror movie buff. So, I love movies from the 80s, horror movies from the 1980s.
Right.
And Steve just happens to know some people that did movies in the 1980s. So he likes putting you on conference calls with these people just to surprise you.
Yes,
So-
he does that to me.
Yeah, and it's like, what? Oh man! So he put me on. So sorry, I'm drinking water.
You're allowed.
Mm.
You got to keep hydrated.
I know, or else I'll just die. So he put me on. He's like, do you know this person? And I'm like, yeah, I know who she is. She was in this movie. So next thing you know, I'm on the phone, a conference call with her, and Steve was just talking. He was like, Mark, show, and we're doing a non-budget, not a non-budget, non-union horror film. So obviously she's a union person. He was like, but she does non-union film and she'll do this and this and that. So long story short, she was like, send me your script. So I was like, oh my God, this person's going to read my script. So before I sent it, the only part I had left was for a guy. So I kind of made some adjustments to it and I made it for a woman. And I sent it to her and she got back. She was like, I like this. I'm going to put you in touch with my manager and then you guys can talk numbers. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm talking numbers. This is great. But her availability would have been around January. So I put everything on hold. And no, we didn't get her. But it's okay.
Are you allowed to say who it was?
I don't know. I don't know if I can say those things.
Was she in Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yes, she was.
I know who you're talking about.
Yes, she was in 2 Nightmare on Elm Streets.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I know who it is.
Yes.
We'll talk about it off camera.
Yeah. And yeah, it wasn't a bad thing. It was, and everything her manager said was like, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. And then, since it's our first film and, our first major production doing anything, I'm like, I really don't think I need the extra weight put on the production. I'm like, things are going to, mess up as it is. And I don't need to worry about this and this over here when I don't have to do that. So I can just stick with my cast over here, and then next film that comes along, yeah, I can, reach out and get, a person with a name behind them. Because, I'll
Absolutely.
have more free time, I'll have a bigger crew to work with, I can take care of what they need, taken care of.
This is more story focused than
Right, at this
who's
point,
in it.
yeah, exactly.
Also, it's you'll have already learned the lessons from the first film, so you'll already have gone through those growing pains, which is
That's
a
it.
good thing.
Yeah, like I said, I have no idea what I'm doing. My crew and my cast is amazing, so I'm trusting them. They're trusting me, and we'll get through it. I don't need to be worrying about how much more time can I keep them for, and this and that, or we got to get that car here for them and get them back.
I'm thinking it's an
So-
80s style horror comedy.
Yeah, that's what we grew up on. I
Yes.
grew up on John Carpenter's The Thing and Halloween and all those other great movies from the 80s. And my makeup guy, Sergio, is amazing, and he loves all those films as well. So he says to me all the time, he's like, so we're making a movie that the two of us would like. I'm like, yeah, that's it. We're just basically making a film for the two of us. Because we're basically just doing practical effects. So losing all the CGI and just doing that stuff that's right in front of the camera. And you just need a really good cast to pull that stuff off because, they're sitting right there. They need to act like their face is falling off. They need to act like, they have an extra limb growing out of them. And I feel that I have that cast and I really want to show them off. And I definitely have the guy who can do the makeup. So, right now it seems like the perfect storm. So let's see what we can do with them.
You're kind of inspiring me. I got to be honest with you. There's things I've been putting off, and hearing your story, I want to get back to my scripts and keep writing and acting and stuff. I'm just, Justin, we got to get shit done. Damn it.
Guys, we're gonna die anyway, so you got nothing to lose.
Right?
Yeah.
We just partnered up with a couple real estate guys who want to do some entertainment venues. They're real estate guys. They got money. They're excited. We gotta write a script, Justin. Let's make this shit happen.
What do you guys want to write? I'll write with you guys. I have other scripts. What do you guys want to make a movie?
Well,
You guys
there's a
find
comic-
money. Yeah.
There's a comic called The Legendary Wid. He's a prop comic, and he's just out of his mind, insane. He's a legend. He's the guy. If you go to the Comedy Cellar in New York
Mm-hmm.
and talk to David Tell, Paul Prevents, any of these people, they'll say, "You know the legendary Wid? They love this guy, and we're friends. And he wants to make a movie with me. We want to make it about killer potatoes, but the difference is
awesome.
not like Killer Tomatoes, but like kind of a B movie sci-fi horror where he's going to be a mad scientist. But he said, let's not make it supernatural. Let's not bring the supernatural into this. I thought, how are we going to make a movie about killer potatoes without making it supernatural? And then I was reading about potatoes in these articles he sent me, and they used to be of the nightshade variety, which means they were poisonous initially. And I thought, okay, we're onto something. It's got to be a little supernatural because, they're going to take over people. They're going to, maybe not supernatural. He wants a scientific explanation, but people eat the potatoes. It'll take over their bodies. They'll become potato people, kind of Invasion of the Body Snatchers meets the Blob, some sort of thing, or The Stuff.
Oh,
Remember The
I
Stuff?
love this stuff. I watch this stuff
Such a
all the
good
time.
movie.
I call it
Terrible art.
research. My girlfriend sits there. She's like, again with this freaking movie.
So good. Can't
I'm
get
like,
enough. The
yeah,
Stuff.
man. The stuff is awesome. Is it ice cream? Is it yogurt? We don't
And it
know.
looks delicious.
Is it fluff? Who knows?
That's
It's the stuff.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
But he wants to use every potato pun in the world that we could find, every potato joke. And I'm thinking we got to get this done. We've been talking about this literally 12 years or so. It's about time we actually take some action.
Yeah, you put a lot of work into this. Like you went on the
Yeah.
internet, it's like they're different potatoes. It's like, oh my god, 12 years.
They're going to take
Yeah.
over people's body, make them potato people, and people will blow up and be potato carcasses and just all things potato.
They can get hit by a car and become mashed potatoes. They
Yes.
can become twice baked potatoes.
I was
It
just
could be a
thinking-
stoner who walks into an oven and then he's a twice baked potato. There you go.
Oh,
I'm
we got to
down
clip
with
that. Save
that.
that.
There you go.
Yeah, we
love
got to
it.
make this
Potato.
happen. It's got to come to fruition. We got friends in trauma films. We got to
Oh.
we got to make.
Do you have friends at Trauma?
We do, yeah.
Oh, I love Trauma.
I did my first trauma film 2 years ago.
You're
now.
really? That is.
I mean,
let's just talk about you and Trauma. I don't care. You're interesting. I'm not. This is fun.
You are. No,
I
this is,
love Trauma.
it was called Shakespeare's Shitstorm. I auditioned for a bigger part, but due to work conflicts and my sucky acting, I couldn't do it. So I just was in a dance scene in a club, but still I was on set for 3 days, and it was the coolest act. The minute we walked on the set at Trauma, the director walks up and he goes, "Hey, good to see you. Thanks for being here. We're about to shoot a scene. You're welcome to watch or go in the holding area, but they're having an eating contest. They're going to throw up real vomit. It's going to be projectile. So you're welcome to watch." Or I was like, this is my first day on Trauma. There was a porn star who was one of the eating competition people. Her breasts were out. I was like, this is exactly what you'd expect to be on set of a Trauma film.
That's awesome.
It was fantastic. Yeah,
That's
and it was the
awesome.
nicest movies. Like all actors of all levels were in the holding area, mingling, chatting, making jokes. It was just such a non-ego friendly set to be on, and they still took it very seriously. They were diligent about their work, but it was just awesome. It was just such a cool experience to be in the Trauma Studios.
Yeah, before I die, I want to write one script for Trauma and have Lloyd just direct it and go, here, this is for you. This is just
Oh,
take it."
well, you can make that happen. You're doing this. Film number 2 has got to be Trauma.
Let's just take it all, Lloyd. Do what you want to do with it. Don't care. But yeah.
You have ridiculous. I mean, the direction they gave us during the dance scene was, remember, this is a Trauma film, so pretend you're a real life cartoon character. Be over the top and ridiculous. And I
That's
was with the
great direction.
that was like you were just ridiculous.
That is
And-
so funny.
Oh, it was so cool. It was such a cool experience to be part of.
I'm gonna steal
And the
that.
effect-
Pretend
there
you're
was-
a
there was
cartoon
a-
character.
Dude, it's all about good directing sometimes. Yeah. Who are your directorial influences? John Carpenter? Lloyd
John
Kaufman?
Carpenter, Joe Dante is really good.
Gremlin.
I and the Howling, and yeah, I do. I
He
like
did
him.
the Howling. I forgot.
He did the Howling. Mm-hmm. And
Didn't
he
he
did
also
the
do Twilight Zone
Burbs.
the movie? The
He
Burbs.
did one of
Yes.
the things. He did the Burbs. He did one of the not all of the Twilight Zone the movie. He did one of the episodes
Yeah.
of that film.
Yes.
Who else? Of course, I like Stanley Kubrick. It just sounds like such a cliche, but he's just badass. It's just
Well, he
what he does
was.
with sound. He still is. We hang out all the time. He's not dead. Him and Jim Morrison are in the back making quiche right now. We all hang out.
That's why the dogs are so quiet.
That's why the dogs are quiet now. Jim
Yeah, I don't
has a
want to
way
ask
with
what you did to the
dogs.
dogs. I mean, you managed to stop them.
Jim Morrison has a way with dogs. He just does.
I could see him go.
And yes.
No.
But yeah, I do. It's just you turn him on and you just can't turn him off no matter how many times you've seen one of his movies. So yeah. So Full Metal Jacket's always on here. And I watched 2001 A Space Odyssey for the first time the other day.
That was on TCM not too long
Yeah.
ago.
And then I ended up watching for an entire week after that. My girl was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "It's research at this point." And she's like, "Yeah, whatever. But yeah. So I just become obsessed with things. And then,
It happens.
yeah. It's like a drug addiction. Really, it's kind of funny. It just becomes, "Oh, I like this. I'm going to do it again. Let's keep watching it over and over again. I wonder if I can write something kind of like that, but not exactly like that."
Can I ask what the film's about? What we have to look forward to?
Yeah, it's called 521 North Main Street, and which is, if you go online, it's the exact address of the Clown Motel in Tonopah, Nevada. Now, the Clown Motel is a very real place. If you go on Amazon Prime and look at the movies, I'm sure you'll find about 10 movies called The Clown Motel.
Sounds horrifying.
And it's awesome. And they all take place at the Clown Motel in Tonopah, Nevada. Most of them are filmed there. We're not going to film there. Oh, so basically, what it's about a group of ghost hunters. They're called the Entity Explorers. They're very bad ghost hunters. They don't find ghosts, and they're good with not finding ghosts. They'll go somewhere like to New Orleans, and they find a great jambalaya recipe, and they're happy with that. So, that's their thing, and they're good with that. They figured out, the live TV formula, for success, the reality TV formula. So they end up going there and conjuring up the spirits of these three demons, and the entire place with them gets put into a parallel universe, which is a hell, which they don't know until they try to leave, and they just end up walking in circles. And then they're just forced to deal with these demons that just won't let them go because they just want to keep on playing with them. It's kind of like Hellraiser. It's Hellraiser. It's the Evil Dead. I mean, that's what it is, really.
We know a little bit about Hellraiser, don't we,
We
Jason?
do, yeah. We've had a couple Cenobites on the show twice now.
Yeah, a couple of times, yeah.
Have you?
Yeah,
Barbie and
Barbie
Ken.
Wilde
Barbie and,
and,
Ken. Barbie and
Simon Bamford.
Butterball
You guys
and
had-
female Cenobite.
You guys are my
Oh.
favorite.
We need
It's
next
been a
time. Next time,
trauma.
next
I want
time
to
we
come
have
work
them
for
on.
you guys.
You're always welcome. You're family now.
my
You're on the show. You're
God.
family. Next time we have them on, we need to invite Mark.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I'll just gush. I'm a gusher. I'll just, ooh, that's
They-
awesome.
they did a great series. If you're an Amazon Prime fan, Mark, check out Dark Ditties Presents.
Okay.
And they're, in fact, Chatterer is in that one too.
Awesome.
So they're like micro movies. They're like just under 90 minutes long, each of them. And there's technically 5 episodes, but here in the US, they haven't released the 5th episode, Dad, yet. And they all kind of connect to each other. It's all kind of the same cast of characters in
God.
all of the episodes. It's fantastic.
One of them, Simon had his was it his mother.
No.
That was an episode that we did that was lost. Simon was on, and it looked. I mean, it was from the movie. It was a prop, but it looked like a dead person, like his dead mother lying in front of him. It looked like he was doing it from the wake. It was so weird. Like he was like where you are, but there was a corpse in front of him. It was fake,
terrible.
but it was so
So
awkward.
what it was is actually, because I had just messaged him like the day before. Of course, Mark, watch all of them, but the second episode, Mrs. Wiltshire, where Simon Bamford plays an elderly woman. And so
Wonderful.
what it is him with the prosthetic head on, the makeup. So they gave him the prosthetic to keep. And so that's what it was. It was on his lap, but it looked like
That's phenomenal.
and it was a laugh riot because we were playing a game, which sadly I would invite you to play the game now, but I don't have it set up. It's kind of like Cards Against Humanity, but instead of like everyone kind of gets a card with a phrase on it, but then you're given an accent to read the phrase in, and whoever's the funniest, they're the ones that win. So we played that where we had the phrase up, and I would
We were
give
just
them
playing. We weren't playing to win or lose. We were just almost
playing
like-
for fun, just to put them put their thespian chops to work. But at one point, I think his accent was orgasm, and so he turns the head around like he's taking her from behind, and it's just the most ridiculous.
So
and
horrifying.
And the thing, Mark, is if you know Simon Bamford, he looks like this sweet, docile
Phil
Englishman.
Collins.
I mean, he's just so. But then just this silliness and just vile just comes from him, and it's ridiculous. We'll have to bring you on the next time we have
Yeah.
Barbie and Simon, because I
If
think
you
you'll
can
have
pick
a
their
real
brain
fun
about the
time.
Hellraiser.
Yeah, if you ever see me with the head on my lap, that's probably call the police. Just call the cops right there.
Do you have one of these? Can you
Oh
summon
my god!
A friend of mine made this with this 3D printer. I said, "Are you kidding me? That's amazing." He said, "All I need to do is make them cookies."
See, if someone gave me that and you're opening it, see, I wouldn't even play around with that.
No, all right, you're freaking me out now. You're freaking
Not
me
even
out.
play
I'm
around.
not gonna do it.
A priest could give me that, and here you go. Like, I'm not opening it. I'm not even because you don't know.
I met them. I used to run a comedy club at the Crown Plaza Hotel in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, where they had a horror convention that came in twice a year. And the Hellraiser crew was there, and Ashley, Kirsty, and Barbie, the one we had on the show, came in and asked if there was a Walmart around. They wanted to see it because they don't have it where they live. So I took them to Walmart, and I was kind of giddy like a schoolgirl. Like, I'm taking some of the cast of Hellraiser to Walmart. It was so exciting for me, where they could see actual Cenobites. Because it was Walmart.
At Walmart.
I wouldn't have been able to drive them. I would have been too afraid. I'm like, no, I can get into an accident. I can kill the cast of Hellraiser by accident. I can't do that. Get someone else to drive them. I would have been all stressed out. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I just fanboy out. That's when
I
Steve
did-
puts me on the phone. He's like, here's so-and-so. And I'm like, no! And I tell them quick. I'm like, I'm going to fanboy out really quick, and then I'll talk to you professional. But right now,
Justin-
I love you. You're awesome. You're just great.
He'll do that. He'll put you on the spot. This guy, Steve. He's wonderful. He's so nice and kind. But he'll say, "Oh, you like this person? Let me get him on the phone."
Yeah.
Or he won't tell you who he's calling. And he'll make a phone call and say, "Well, this is the grandson of Curly." What? Hi.
Like the Three Stooges, Curly? Really?
Yes.
Who did we got the other day? I forgot his name. But Last House on the Left. He was in Last House on the Left.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yes, he was like, "Oh, you're in Last House on the Left," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's a horrifying film." Hold on, it's like, oh no, and I'm thinking, it's a great film. I'm like, he's not getting Wes Craven because Wes is dead. I'm like, who's he gonna get from this movie? And then, sure enough, he puts me on. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, you weren't one of the rapists, right? He goes, no. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, good. It's a horrifying little movie, but it's great. The guy that he put, I don't think he was.
He
But
was their
put me
friend,
on.
but he didn't
He was
actually
like the
rape somebody.
friend. Yeah. He was
Yeah.
part of the clan, but yeah.
Right. He was rapist by proxy only.
Yeah.
That's
He was like, "You're doing that wrong." Okay.
I'm gonna have to put this on the review. I'm sorry, but yeah, bad
But
form.
the guy from Cobra Kai is in that movie too. The main sensei. What is
He was?
John. Yeah, he played a cop.
I have to
Yeah, I
rewatch
didn't
that
know-
now.
Wait, what's his name? What's his name? Martin Cove.
Martin Cove.
Marty Cove. Yes.
Yeah.
Old Marty.
Old
Yeah,
Marty.
I was kind of fanboying when they came into the club. It was like the entire cast. Doug Bradley was there. Everybody was in there, and they
Jeez.
said they asked for a place to walk to get sushi. So I took them outside and guided them. They said, "Is walking distance?" I said, "Yeah, across the street to the left." And David Naughton from American Werewolf in London.
Oh my
comes out.
God! And making it this
Yes.
time in life. Yeah.
Come on.
And the Dr. Pepper guy. He was
Yes.
the Dr. Pepper guy too.
He comes
Yeah.
out, and I said, "Are you walking with them?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Stay off the moors."
Say
And I was
the
so proud of
Lord.
myself. And he rolled his eyes, but it didn't matter. I was happy that I did it.
Martin Cove, the guy from Cobra Kai, years ago when I was a singing waiter, he was in the restaurant and he was walking out and I stepped in front of him. I'm like, Cobra Kai, never die. And he rolled his eyes at me like I was the biggest idiot in the world. And I'm like, oh. And there was another one when I was in California years ago. Oh, God. Eric LaSalle from ER,
Yeah,
but he
from
was also
Miami
coming to
Vice,
America.
Coming to America.
Yeah, Soul Glow. He was there, and sure enough, I stepped in front. I was like, Soul Glow, and he looked at me like I was an idiot too. And I'm like, don't get mad at me. You did the role. You should be happy. Someone's remembering you. That's it. You're Soul Glow for the rest of your life.
We've all done that. We've all been stupid like that. I mean, it's not stupid. It's just natural. I know this comic who is he writes for everything. He's making a very successful living in comedy, and he was telling me the story about how he was waiting tables at Hard Rock or some cornball restaurant, and Mila Jovovich was in there, and he said to her, "So I'm a comedian," and she's like, "Great," and he said, "I'm the biggest fucking douchebag I've ever known." It's like, see, I don't feel so bad anymore. We've all done stupid things like that.
See, me, I get starstruck really, really easily. Like, really, really easily. And I find myself, like, I clam up. I can't talk. And then when I do, it's just like...
So that's me.
So, my two quick stories I'll do is, one, I was at the airport, and from a distance, I saw him coming towards me, and I was just... This was in, like, the early 2000s. Ben Stein was walking towards me.
Wonderful.
Oh my God.
Wearing a beautiful suit and sneakers, and he got feet away from me, and I'm just all eyes, and I just go, "I like your game show." And he says, "Thank you." that was
At
it.
least he was cordial.
No, I mean he wasn't like tired or bored or anything. If anything, he was just he was happy that I didn't make a really big thing about it. I didn't like yell Bueller at him, but he just I said, I like your game show." He was actually just, "Thank you," and then just kept on with his way. The other one was when I met Mark Birbiglia.
Mike Birbiglia.
Mike Birbiglia. That's the reason why I'm looking at your name, Mark. I apologize. Mike Birbiglia. And I love Mike as a storyteller. I think he just does such a wonderful job of telling a sincere story while being humorous as well. And, as a musician who likens himself to a musical storyteller, I had this whole script of stuff that I was going to tell him, that how moving it is to watch him perform, and that it's such an inspiration for what I do musically and as far as storytelling, and the fact that his story about like what he has gone through medically has been important for me and my story medically, and how I bring that to my art. And then I get up in front of him, he says, "Hello," and I said, "I had a bunch of stuff that I went to tell you, and now I can't remember any of it, so I don't know what to do." And he said, "Well, you could put out your hand and we'll shake, and I'll say thank you." And I said, "Okay, let's do that." And we shook hands. He said, "Thank you." And he signed my ticket. And he said, I'm glad you liked the show. Okay, have a good day. Bye." That's what's it. And I was like, I missed my moment to like have my bleeding heart moment with Mike Birbiglia. But anyway, so I'm a total dweeb when it comes to that stuff.
Did I ever tell you? I'm gonna be a dick right now. Did I ever tell you my Mike Birbiglia story?
Oh, fuck you. What? Tell me.
We're in the cellar, and we're at our table at the restaurant, and you walk by, and I said, "Excuse me, I'm Amos Lee's stepbrother, and he said he met you, and he really likes your comedy." And he goes, "No way! Oh my God, I love his music. It's so nice to meet you. Here, give him this CD. You can have a copy too." That was my Mike Birbiglia story.
Yeah, no,
I'm
that's
just
a
being it.
no, that's a great story, Jason. Okay, there that is. Okay, he doesn't remember that I have control of all of these things. I could just cut him out of the.
Wow.
No, I'm joking. Here's Jason.
That's
He's back.
jealousy right there.
Okay. That is. Well, first off, can
It's
we
the
just?
reunion tour, and you guys are breaking up already.
That's it. That's how every show goes. It's the
Yeah,
reunion.
Simon and
then
Garfunkel. What's going on here?
No, we're Kiss. That's what we are. We're on farewell tour number 72. Are you kidding? So, and I love how also he buries the lead in that story. Oh, by the way, I'm Amos Lee's stepbrother. How are you? Like, yeah, okay, Mister. I'm surrounded by fame and love and glory.
I'm
Fuck
not.
you.
I'm a nobody. I only say it because I'm nobody. If I was somebody, I wouldn't even be associating with you, Justin. You know that.
That's very true because I know me. So
It's funny, I had a roommate in California who knew everyone, but you would never know, and she was never starstruck. And I remember sitting on the sofa watching, I think it was The Faculty, which was probably my favorite movie at the time, and it's still a guilty pleasure. And I'm watching
John
The
Stewart gets a
Faculty.
pencil in the eye.
Oh yeah, it's so wonderful. And from behind me, my roommate go, "Yeah, I don't talk to her anymore." I turn and I look at her, I'm like, "Who don't you talk to that's on TV in this movie?" She's like, "Her." I'm like, "How do you know her?" She's like, "We travel in the same circle." She goes, "I know a lot of people." She goes, "I just don't tell you." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like, wow. Like, she wasn't in the business at all. She was a dietitian. But she just knew everyone. She was one of those people that you'd be sitting at home and she'd come home and go, "What are you doing tonight?" I'm like, "Nothing. I'm going to watch TV." "You want to go to Alanis Morissette's house for her birthday party?" You're like, "What did you just say?" Like, "Did you say Alanis Morissette's house for her birthday?" She goes, "Yeah, but you got to be cool. Gotta be
You
cool.
gotta be cool.
You can't be geeking out. You can't be doing this." I'm like, "Are you serious?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm serious, but you gotta be cool, Mark. You gotta be." And then you just end up at Alanis Morissette's house for her birthday, and you're like, "How did I end up here? How did I end up here?" And meanwhile, the roommate's just walking everywhere, going, "Oh, hi. Oh, that's Chandler from Friends down there, and that's so and so."
Oh my God.
I'm like, "I need to leave. I'm about to have like an aneurysm. I can't be here with this, with this much fame around me. I'll freak out."
I was gonna say, yeah, there you are, someone who gets starstruck in
Oh,
the midst of all of those
terrible.
shows. Mark, wouldn't you? Isn't it ironic? Don't you
It is
think?
ironic, though. I do
A little
think.
too ironic, don't you
Yeah.
really do think?
Yeah. That was my introduction to Alanis Morissette. I was standing on the buffet line. My roommate Dana was right there. And there was this short person in front of me. And my roommate Dana's like, "Oh, Mark." She's like, "Have you met Alanis yet?" And I was like, "No." And she's like, "Alanis, this is my roommate Mark." And the short little woman in front of me turns in, it's Alanis Morissette. And she was tiny. We're like talking like Wizard of Oz tiny. And like she like looked up at me and she was like, "What's up?" And then she turned back around. And I'm like, wow, this is just crazy. This is just too crazy. Yeah. LA is one of those weird places that you go and it's like, yeah, this is definitely a weird little place. Like you can get mixed up in some stuff and you're like, "Oh, it's just like a movie. And I better get out of here before something bad happens really quick." But yeah, just hang out with the right people at the right time in California and it's like, ooh.
I don't know. You like me.
Ooh.
No matter what we do, no matter how many famous people I meet, or how many roles I might take, or get as much as I get up on stage, I still feel like a big phony. I feel like I don't belong here. This is not who I am. Like I feel like a fucking phony
I do
24/7.
it all the time. 100% phony. I look at people who work with me and go, why are you working with me? You guys have all these credits. Why are you working? I'm like, I have no credits here. And they're like, "We trust you." I'm like, okay. Then I come home all stressed out. My girl's like, "What is wrong with you?" I'm like, "I'm just going to let everyone down because I don't know what I'm doing." And she's like, "You're going to have to get it done." My money on you getting it done. She goes, "So relax. She's like, "You're not a phony. You're not a fraud." She's like, "If they're believing in you, then you just got to believe in yourself." And that's all there is. But yeah, I used to do stand-up. I'd get up on stage. I'm like, this is terrible. This is awful. When are they going to stop laughing? Because I'm awful at this. Yeah, so I could get laughs and not get laughs. I always thought I was terrible at what I was doing, and still do.
I love hearing
Yeah,
other people say that because always makes me feel better. I'm totally neurotic about it.
yeah, it's great. What I like best about you, I can see your. I'm gonna call it door behind you, Jason, because your door's open. I'm still waiting for like some creature to in and then
You
run
know, it's
out.
weird that you said that because right now in the top corner over there, I keep seeing a light coming and going, and it's kind of like an orb. I don't believe in ghosts or things like that, but it's if someone were to show me a video of an orb, there it is again. It's
Oh
going in.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
saw it, right?
Mm-hmm. It's when we first went to the Clown Motel. Actually, my second time there. We took video, and I had someone with me. The video at one point there was light, like these orb things going, and she was so excited. She's like, "Oh my God, those are ghosts and this and that." So I'm like, "Calm down." So we get back to Texas, and we're showing this guy who films, this director of photography guy I knew at the time. And I'm like, "Yeah, check this out." And she's like, "Yeah, look at the ghosts. And those are ghosts." And he's like, "Those aren't ghosts." And she was like, "Well, what do you mean?" He's like, "Well," he's like, "I'll debunk it for you right now." He goes, "It's called this, and what's this and this and this." And he's like, "I'm so sorry, I just ruined everything for you." And she was like, "Damn it, because that's all." That was her big story to tell, that she had ghosts on camera, and he just like killed it all for her right there. He's like, "No." He goes, "That's just this camera catching this light and that light doing that light." And I'm like, "I told you they weren't ghosts." I'm like, "Just tell you, they're ghosts. Ghosts are gonna be on camera."
I would
You know?
love, honestly, I would love to believe, or I would love to witness it. I would love to believe because that would mean there's something else, not necessarily, but it would mean, yeah, it would mean there's something else. But I mean, I just don't. I haven't seen any proof. But all right, Moonlight says ghosts are real. Where we're
I
getting a comment from.
I think I would soil myself if I saw something. Yeah, that would be my thing. Yeah, and leave really fast. Not even get a new pair of pants.
Well, Mark and Moonlights, you'll have to check out the next time because I know we've talked with her recently. She just actually started a new show called Paranormal Crossroads. She was the host of the show Oddity Files on Amazon Prime. Kitsy Duncan,
Oh yeah,
and she wants to come back on our show to chat about her new show and talk about things supernatural and all of that. So we'll have to Moonlights. You'll have to make sure you follow us over on Facebook and follow us on Twitch. That's the Hi I'm Jason P. So twitch.tv/Hi I'm Jason P. And yeah, you'll have to pop on over and blow up the comments section with Kitsy. She's a great person to chat with, and it's one of those things like you'll be believing by the end of it for sure. I mean, she speaks so sincerely about what she has witnessed and what she has experienced as someone who's not just a paranormal investigator, but also as someone who is a what is it? She is a empathetic medium, I believe, is what it is. So she actually can feel.
I don't know what
Yes.
that means, but it's an empath.
So that means that she can feel the emotions of the disembodied spirits around her, and that's a way that she can communicate with them, at least by feeling.
Her critique of the Warrens is that they see everything as a demon, and she sees everything as just carried over from the personality that you had in real life.
Yeah,
Um,
that was her big thing. Is if you were an asshole in life, you are going to be an asshole ghost, and that's that.
Maybe you want to redeem yourself.
Yeah, you gotta give a second chance here.
Maybe.
And then what, if there's reincarnation, you're just gonna keep coming back as an asshole? That's terrible.
But yeah, you also have to think though, like how many assholes have you met in your life that don't think that they're the problem?
That's true. Oh,
But
man.
but not to say that every spirit is damned forever to be how they were, but there's a good chance that if you were a Jo in real life and you were that way, that maybe and here's the other thing is not all ghosts know that they are dead. So if you are still kind of living in this idea of not knowing that you're dead, then maybe you are still just
How
an
do you
aggressive
know
Jo.
that you're not dead? How do you know this? No one's talking
Ask
to you
Bruce-
anymore.
Have you asked Bruce Willis this?
And yeah, come on.
Yeah, Mark, we're gonna have to have you on when we talk with Kitsy, because actually I think it was one of the last episodes that she did with Oddity Files, and you can check it out. They were the first ones to move it to do an investigation of this historic opera house right after it was renovated, and after the renovations they noticed that there was some very restless energy. They were hearing things would be physically moved that no one would touch, all of this, and they were able to get some EVP, which is actual voice recording, and electronic voice phenomenon, and they actually were able to collect voices that were saying things that sounded as if the ghosts were investigating them. That the ghosts that exist in this theater, they were existing on their own plane of understanding, that were dealing with their presence as if they were ghosts, or as if they were a presence in their understanding of life. Very interesting way of kind of thinking about things. It was one of those things, like, as you listen to them talk about it, you're like, I don't remember smoking something, but I am seeing so many dimensions.
So the ghost had their own ghost hunting show.
That's a great premise. Oh my God! Please be your next movie after we finish the potato film.
So it just sounds like a lot of confused people walking around. It's like, do they hear us?
Oh my God! Different layers of ghosts.
Yeah, it's just
Different
Are they talking to us? Are they talking to me? Who's talking? I don't know.
People doing a ghost hunter show of ghosts who were ghost hunters, or at least were ghosts. Let's investigate. Like, wait, we're ghosts? And then they're investigating another layer of ghosts.
It goes real deep, yeah. Layers, the new ghost hunting show. This one dated this one in the afterlife. This one was this. Oh my God. That's wonderful.
Just what was that one story she told about the guy who yelled something really derogatory at the ghost?
She was talking about her first time going out with an established paranormal investigation team, and it's part of what caused her to kind of change her style of investigation, because they were in a building, that was known for activity, and they get to kind of a quiet moment, and then out of nowhere, the lead investigator just yells, "Come at me, bro!"
That's right.
What?
Come at me, ghost bro! What's up, ghost bro?
Did he have the echo, or you just added the echo for
I just added the echo because he's screaming into the nothing.
Because they should bring that with them. That would be a good show. They should bring their own special effects with them. It's like, say it again. Can you hear me? Hear me? Hear me? Hear me? That'd be awesome. If I were a ghost, I'd be afraid of that. It's like, what the fuck is this team about?
Hello,
they have echo.
Ghosts.
Yeah, hear that reverb they're using? I'm just getting away from this ghost hunting.
Are we
team.
wrestling now?
Yeah, exactly.
Now coming to the ring, having passed away in the year 1772, Martha Bridget.
Martha Bridget.
Yeah, well, back then they all had two first names.
Yeah, that's
Martha
true.
Bridget.
Wait, Moonlights is still watching, right?
Yeah, I think so. She said, "Oh my God, that would be."
I'm channeling. Somebody's channeling me.
I hope that she's still watching. We have a couple.
Hi,
folks
Martha.
watching.
We used to play together when we were little. You remember me?
Oh my God, you guys have all these fun toys.
Whoa! I don't know what that was. I don't know what just happened, but that was.
I'm scared.
I don't even remember where I was just now. I blacked out.
I'm scared. You guys have toys. I have nothing.
I was murdered on the top of the stairs, and then they threw me down the well.
Mark, we're such nerds.
Why would they throw you down the well after they murdered you at the top of the stairs in the house? Then you had to take him outside to the well and dump him.
Well, they were going to put him into a grave, but they couldn't see that well. So they tripped.
Gotcha. And yeah, they couldn't see the well. Bam.
There
They
you
trip.
go.
That's
Fell
what
into
happened.
Where's
I
my
think
drum set?
We've come up with so many great movie ideas this conversation. Mark,
is
how
better
can
than
people
mine.
find you? How can they find you? How can they find out what's going on with you and your movie?
Well, they can go to high5enhanceproductions.com. There's nothing about the movie up there yet, but it's coming. We're trying to get our poster up. So, yeah, our poster, I'll tell you right now, if anyone wants to sue us, is a ripoff. That's it. I'm not going to lie. It's a ripoff. It's a ripoff of A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 and the Monster Squad poster. So that's where I got the concept.
I could picture it. I could
For
totally
that.
picture that.
So yeah, so if, anyone's ever sitting going, that looks kind of like the Monster Squad part. Yeah, we stole it, and that's like, you showed
it's an homage.
Crazy. It's
It's
the
an
homage because you showed the It's Crazy Out There poster before, and if you know the movie Night of the Creeps, that's an exact ripoff of the movie Night
Oh,
of
let
the
me
Creeps
see that poster again.
So this is the website, by the
That's
way.
the
when
website. We didn't rip this off. We didn't rip any of that off. The answer hours. But
High five.
right-
Is it high five and answer?
high five in ants, like ants that are giving each other a high five.
Like they're high fiving.
High
Yeah.
five and ants. I
But if
like
you-
it.
But if you go online and find the Night of the Creeps poster, it'll kind of look just like this.
If Seinfeld's not crazy enough for you, and The Walking Dead's not funny enough for you, you have no idea what the hell Twin Peaks was all about. Please join High Five and Ants Production. I'm sold. Productions LLC.
And what's
They
great is
present
each
not-
of these episodes should run about 15 minutes long. So the first 3 episodes, how did I work it out?
Is that a
First-
Romero tribute? The Not From Pittsburgh production?
Absolutely. Thank
Nice,
you. Thank
nice.
you for getting. Yes,
Of
that is
course.
a Romero. It's not a real production company either, so I don't have the rights to it yet. But it looked kind of cool. But yeah. But yes, the first 3 episodes are 15 minutes long. I think 8 episodes should make a season. So its first 3 are 15 minutes. 4th episode would be like an hour and a half long. Then 5, 6, and 7 back to 15 minutes, and episode 8 would be like an hour and a half long again. And that deals with zombies and infected, and yeah, it's more of a comedy than it is a horror thing. Yeah, and I'm trying to find a way to add werewolves and vampires and stuff like that into it. But right now that's on hold because we're working on the film. But yeah, that's a good little side project. It's fun. We have
Now-
blood in our house because of that little side project. Our bedroom has blood on the wall still, and that was months and months ago.
Is your wife supportive?
My girlfriend, yeah, she wasn't
I mean,
here
your
for that
girlfriend.
one.
But
Yeah,
how about
she
your
wasn't-
wife?
Huh? I'm sorry?
How about your wife, though?
My wife's supportive too. She's supportive of the girlfriend and the project. No, yeah. She my girlfriend leaves the house before any of any of the filming starts because it's better that way. But the first time I actually had someone get shot in the head in our bedroom, and that's the first time I've ever got to do a really good special effect where you can see the head explode and the blood go out. I thought it was the bee's knees, man. It was I was like, yeah, I was so happy. And then I looked and I saw the mess that it made. And I remember getting scared, going, oh, she's going to come home and kill me. She's just going to come
God.
home and kill me. And she didn't kill me, but yeah, she was bent. She was, and she will sit in bed and she'll look up at the ceiling and go, it's still up there. How are you going to get that down? And I'm like, don't worry, we'll get it. But yeah, she had to get new curtains the whole night. We have a futon that's covered still in some spots, but it was worth it. It was worth it. It was awesome. So if you've never had shot fake blood in your house and had someone get their head blown off, I highly recommend spending the money and doing it because it's fun. It's just fun to do.
He means effects-wise.
Effects-wise, yes.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
let me preface that.
Yeah. Effects-wise, it's not that expensive. I'm thinking if you hired someone to really do that, it would, yeah.
It'd be much more pricey.
It would definitely
Yeah, it'd be a lot
would.
more expensive, and you could have some problems after that. You could not, but
You might not. Then you
You
can
might.
drop the body in the well after. I don't know. But,
I mean, conveniently, they hit the body in the well because somebody tripped and fell in the
and
well.
fell in the well.
Right.
There
Because they
it is.
couldn't see that well. Okay.
Well, you know what
Yeah.
happens when there's a body in the well? That body will haunt and haunt and haunt till somebody says, "It must be trying to tell me something. Maybe it's in a well somewhere."
Maybe.
So, I mean, I saw the
Maybe.
Changeling in movies in The Ring.
The Changeling's such a... So happy you said that. My favorite part of the movie when the ball comes rolling back down the stairs after he
I mean,
took the
so
ball and
creepy
ran
about
to the
that.
bridge and threw it over. And he stayed. He still. I would have left. That would have been it.
Look, I just bought this house, my first home buy 3 years ago. And what I went through to buy this house, if it's haunted, I'm staying, and the ghosts have to learn to live with me. Have you ever purchased a home?
No, not yet.
Yeah, I don't know how people in movies make it look so easy. Like, the house is haunted, we're out. Like, how are you gonna pack everything? Packing alone can take weeks.
Yeah, you got to call people. You have to call friends. Hey, can you help
Yeah.
me? I just helped you move. My house is haunted. I'm definitely not going to come help you now. Yeah.
You gotta get approved for a freaking mortgage or rent. You gotta. They make it look so easy in the movies. I'm out.
How
pack
do
the
you
bags,
even make
run out of
that
the
phone
house.
call? It's like, I know I just bought the house, but it's haunted. I just, yeah, no. I can understand why
Unless
people
you-
leave in the middle of the night and leave all their stuff there because it's just too embarrassing.
Right. Unless you grabbed the guy by the collar and said, "You didn't move the bodies." I mean,
You left but you only moved the headstones. Yeah,
Yes.
only. Why? Oh, Craig T. Nelson's wonderful. That's complete
Where's
craziness.
Egan? He hasn't been doing anything. Maybe we
He's
can get
in
him
my
for the
closet hanging out, just like the guy from Real Genius. No, Craig T. Nelson is on. Actually, he has a recurring role on Young Sheldon.
What is Young Sheldon?
It's the spin-off of Big Bang,
Big Bang.
Theory.
Oh, I never got into that show. I'm sorry. I know everybody loved the show. I couldn't do it. I could not deal with Moonlights. Did you like that? I couldn't deal with it.
Oh,
sorry.
Moonlights?
No, I'm asking. She just commented, so I was just
Oh.
asking if she liked it.
Oh,
She
I didn't
probably
see that. That was a little bit ago, Jason.
Oh,
That she
sorry,
laughed
sorry.
at our jollity.
All right, sorry.
Anyway, I just sent a private message. No, I sent the private message to us in the chat because, gents, I hate to do this, but it's time. It's the end of the show.
Oh, all right.
So again,
Mark, I had so much fun with you, man.
I had fun with you guys too, man. I got nothing to do now.
You got a movie to make. Get out there and film.
Yeah, I can't do that by myself right now.
Oh, all right.
Well,
I gotta go take
Mark,
the dogs for a walk now.
Thank
Oh.
you. Like,
that's why they were so vocal. They're like, we just want to walk, damn it.
I know. Jim Morrison doesn't walk them; he just cooks for them.
he just lights their fire, man.
Just lights their fire.
Thank you
Moonlight.
so much, Moonlights, and thank you, Mark, again. If you want to see what Mark is going to be up to, be sure to pop on over to high5andantsproductions.com. Right now, they're doing the big push for It's Crazy Out There. First 3 episodes were recorded, and we're going to be having a movie coming out soon. And you go into production in January, correct?
On January 4th, we started up.
So keep your eyes peeled for the amazing things coming from Marc Morales. Thank you so much for joining.
Guys, thank you for
Mark,
having
come
me.
back anytime. If you see a guest we're having, you're like, I want to talk to them. Let me know.
Dude, you guys got to put me on when you have Cenobite,
Totally.
please.
Absolutely.
I won't say anything. I'll just sit there.
Oh,
Be
no,
like a
you-
peeping Tom.
I think it'll be fun if you did talk.
Oh, awesome. And if you ever have Jason's on, because you guys are in Jersey, right? So you're like in Jason territory.
We
That's
are
all Friday the
Blairstown.
13th.
Yeah, have you been to Blairstown?
I don't think I've ever been to Blairstown. No.
It
lived in
looks
Keyport
exactly
for
the
a bit.
same. It's exactly the same. The town is still intact, like the first movie.
Is that where it is? Is that where they shot it in Blairstown?
Yeah, Blairstown, New Jersey.
Are you near the Boy Scout camp?
I'm not near there. It's but we've driven through it in the past. If you're going hiking, you pass through.
There's
Right.
well, also we just had to reschedule him because of a con, but we do have
Don't mention it. Don't mention it yet.
I'm not allowed to. Okay, we'll mention it to
Oh,
you
yeah.
off air, Mark.
Okay.
But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to toss us back to the green room. Stick around, Mark, so we can talk a little bit more. But folks
got it.
at home, thank you so much for joining me and Jason Pollock on this episode of Hi, I'm Jason with Jason Pollock. We'll see you not next week, because we're going to be doing a very special radio event. And again, we will do another video at some point in the upcoming days to tell you about what we are doing on June 19th. And Jason, who are we interviewing? Not next week, but the week after.
I wish you didn't ask me that because I can't remember his name.
So that just means that you all have to be keeping your eyes peeled because we're going to do
for
something.
Married with Children and a few other very well-known shows.
So
Steve, another hookup from Steve.
Danny Fustain? Whatever his name is? Bud?
No, Vorharth. Oh my God, I can't think of his name.
Okay, folks. Well, Jason and I will do another commercial show. We'll do a short one in the next day or two to let you know what you need to be keeping your eyes peeled for. But until then, have a wonderful evening from the folks over at Hi, I'm Jason.